And welcome to Capital Talk, a program we hope will have an impact on the future of Kenya. Now more than ever, I'm Jeff Koinange. All this week, if you've been watching Capital Talk, you know the theme of the week is national treasures. That's right, individuals who have contributed to this country for decades on end. They don't look for credit, they just do it because they love this country. That's the bottom line. My guest today, his father came to this country some 95 years ago. Poor man seeking a better future. 95 years later, I tell you, this man could walk around the streets of Nairobi. You wouldn't know his family is one of the wealthiest in the country, if not in the region. Every sufuria in your house is probably made by him and his family. That's right, Kalu Works, they started in 1929. Mabati rolling mills, you name it. They're in 45 countries around the world. But this man is yet so humble, maintains his humility throughout. He's 81 years old. He looks like he's 51. That's how good life has been to him. And he's giving back. That's right. Recently, the Chandaria School of Business was inaugurated at USIU. That's big up to you, USIU. And it's going to be along the lines of the Wharton Business School in Pennsylvania. The name, it's all about the name. And he wants his name attached to the school because he knows that his name carries a lot of weight. Everyone graduating from there will be someone to reckon with. The East African community, the common market that just started, he was part of the task force from the start. He says it's a good thing for all 130 million plus people. This man has given and given. It's a gift of giving. And he's always in the slums, Huruma, Dandora, Kibera, you name it. He's always giving back. Tell you, you need to sit back because my guest is one of a kind. He is none other than Dr. Manu Chandaria.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My
Thank
goodness.
you.
You're
Thank
a true national treasure. You know that.
Well, I don't know, but thank you for telling me.
And what I didn't mention at the top is that there's no event you go to without your wife.
Absolutely.
Always.
Absolutely. Even the State House sends Mr. and Mrs. Dr. and Mrs.
How many years married?
55.
Wow. What's the secret?
Well, live nicely, number one, and always be helpful. Keep your house as an open house. People are welcome. Then, the prosperity. Prosperity human being, prosperity of the house.
Yeah. Brilliant, brilliant. Chandaria School of Business, that's like the icing on the cake of your career here. How did that make you feel when they inaugurated that school in your name? Yeah. And by the way, you gave in $1 million US, 80 million Kenya shillings.
That's right. That's right.
How do you feel?
Well, I said in my speech, it's dream come true. Why would it be dream come true? I said Chandaria School of Business will be one of the landmark in the country. And why am I saying that? In my speech, why am I saying this? Simply, my parents came here without a penny in the pocket. And today, we are in 45 countries. This is clear example of entrepreneurship. That if you want to make it, you can make it. It doesn't have to be that United States only you can make it. You can make it even Kenya. You can make it in Congo. You can make it anywhere. Provided you want to make it. That is what we are lacking. Will to survive, will to go forward.
Another thing we're lacking, Doctor, is the vision. Someone once told me something very profound right here on the bench. He said, I think it was PLO Lumumba, he said, a politician thinks about the next election. Yeah. A statesman thinks about the next generation.
Absolutely, absolutely. To me, we always think that what we do today, we must sow a seed whose fruits the next generation must reap. And they must sow more seeds, the generation after that. It's always like that. But when you are very little, only you see little bit, and that's your vision, well, fine, it's okay, and many people do it. Because there are 6 billion in the world, and out of that 2 billion cannot even see anything forward. Another 2 billion can hardly make them ends meet. Another million, probably do billion, will do probably well. But they are all restricted in their vision. If even from them, if they think, I will do it, I want to do it, you can do it. Yeah.
For someone to give 80 million shillings of his own money, you must have a lot of faith in this country, Doctor. Despite what we've gone through, especially the last couple of years.
Well, we have been here since, as I told you, 95 years. Kaluworks is 80 years old. Mabati started in 60s. So, and even today, we just opened up a $40 million expansion in Mabati. Last year before last, we again put up another $30 million and expanded again. So, to me, irrespective, as long as you are doing good job and people want you, I'm not interested who wants me. I'm interested the people who are working with me, their families who depend on me. That is my wealth. The products that I make, which goes all over the country, and they feel satisfied. That is what I want. That's what I want.
That is commitment.
Commitment. Total commitment to the country. Well, I got a home in Geneva, I got a home in Mumbai, I got a home in London. Why do I stay here? I love this country. I was born here, and I feel, hey, I can do so much here. So why not?
That is so, it makes one feel good, Doctor, because there are a lot of people who don't think like you, and I wish there was just a couple more Manu Chandarias out there. Kenya would be different.
Well, I don't know if a couple Manu Chandaria make a difference. What we need is, we want to see as many people who see Manu Chandaria, Jeff Koinange, Lumumba, whoever you are talking, who are role models of today, and inspire. I'm sure they can do it. The point is that everything you got to put in to take anything out. And a time comes when you don't want anything. Otherwise, all the time you want to say, I'm putting in this much, I want this out. A time comes in your life that when you get to your vision, into aspirations, you don't want anything. You want to only give, help, support. Even you can't do anything else, good words. And look after the people. That's it.
Yeah. The referendum coming up, we're about less than 4 weeks away, less than a month away. This, I think, is our moment in time. And if we miss this window, I don't know about you, Doctor, if we miss this window, then I think we're regressing.
I agree 101%. I have been in Boma 3. We came down, 850 or 860 people were there. We worked for, I don't know, a month. We came finally to a conclusion with 3 or 4 items on which there was disagreement. Now, in this draft, there's a disagreement. The main important role was whether we should have 2 powers, whether you should have a president plus the prime minister. That was resolved. To me, why should we wait? Get on. If it could be done yesterday, it should be done yesterday. If I would be there, I would have not even given 2 months. I'd say, make up your mind, in a month's time, you want prosperity, there it is. You take it. Because that lays the fundamental possibility of change, reform. And no country today can become anything else. We are so behind in everything. And if we just keep on thinking, hey, we are sovereign state, hey, we are nation. Nation of what? Nation of poor people. 70% are below poverty line. What are we proud of? Nothing. We want to make reforms acceptable so that we can change the life of these people.
And if we miss this window?
Yeah. Well, the point is that politicians will always play the game. To them, it's one of the game.
Yeah.
To me, and to an average Wananchi, it's the possibility, a future of tomorrow. So, when I talk to anybody, I always ask them, I know that you're going to be yes, are you? And they say yes. Because to me, there's no way we can wait. How long are we going to wait? We are not we don't have millions of gallons of petroleum here. And even where the petroleum is, there's war. So we have good people here. Why are we not making advantage of our goodness, our leadership in the whole community, Eastern African community, in the East African part of the country? We are the leaders. So let's make move and let's get over so that we can start doing something different.
Exactly. Because look at South Africa. 1994 is when they got their independence, if you will. And now they've even staged the most important, the most amazing World Cup in history.
Absolutely, absolutely.
In history.
Absolutely. Listen, World Cup went to them. The economic forum, World Economic Forum, went to Tanzania. What have we got?
We're missing out.
Absolutely. Now we are going to get a global peace convention in November 18, 19, 20.
Which you are a part of.
I'm the co-chairing the private sector. Yeah.
And what's happening? What is it about?
We are going to have 3 occasions there. 3 days there will be discussion going on, but the first day will be the convention by His Excellency the President, who is the patron. He's going to invite the heads of states. We are also inviting some other, and then asking the President to add to it, to talk about peace. And why peace? Peace is the fundamental for development. Without peace, no development can take place. So let's talk about peace and development. And this will be the discussion. At the end of the discussion, we'll come down with what they call global declaration for peace, stability, and growth.
That's in November. So African heads of state,
Yes.
world leaders, they'll all be here.
Yeah. And also the vice president, the prime minister is again the patron for the festival, Peace Global Festival. Again, we'll have 50,000 youths in Nyayo Stadium, to whom we are trying to change the character, because in these people's hand lies our destiny. There's no other magic word in these issues. If you change them, build them, make them feel, hey, I am somebody, I tell you, the country will just
Overnight.
overnight.
Speaking of destiny, President Kibaki's legacy. I know you speak to him every now and then. I'm sure he calls you and says, hey, Manu, how you doing? Are you still with us? The roads he's built, the infrastructure he's helped put together. If we had done this 24 years ago, where would we be?
Oh, we'll be competing with South Africa. We'll be competing with South Africa.
Yeah.
Now, his legacy to me is this constitution. His legacy, roads comes and go, but his legacy of allowing things to happen is his legacy. When I talk to him, I tell him, listen, Your Excellency, leave a legacy behind. People will remember you for something you've done. When you see the roads going on, hey, you feel good about him, number one. When he said constitution, he at this age and is this amount of stress, he's traveling all over the place to talk, to convince people, hey, come on, let's get on with the job. That is his legacy. If you put up this particular legacy, I think that he will be remembered for years. He will be remembered for years because he is building a platform. He's not, all right, President Kenyatta brought the independence. There was one legacy. And President Mwai Kibaki will put up a constitution which will give opportunity and a possibility. When you see these roads going, you feel good. I sometimes I think, hey, it takes me an hour. Don't mind. I want to see it happening. Now, what is this? We are already, as you're saying, 25 years back, behind.
I don't want to talk about that, and I hope the president is listening to you because you make a lot of sense. And also, East African community, common market is now a reality. I want to talk about that because you played a part in helping this reality happen. First, we'll take a break.
Thank you.
Good grief. And I hope you're listening, Mr. President, because Dr. Manu Chandaria has spoken. Your legacy is this Constitution. They'll remember you for decades, if not centuries, because you played the role. You did the part that changed this country. Dr. Manu Chandaria, billionaire industrialist in any currency. So humble, so giving. This is what we mean when we say this is a national treasure. And that's the theme for this week. Good grief. Don't even think of going away. The bench is back in a moment. And welcome back to Capital Talk. Oh my goodness, I hope the president is watching because this is the show. On the bench is a man whose family has been in the country for 95 years. His dad came here as a pauper, built a dynasty. Every Mabati, every Sufuria is made by them. 45 countries around the world, and he's still here. He could be living in Geneva or New York or anywhere else, London. He's in Kenya, doing his thing, walking the streets of Huruma, Dandora, Kibera, giving back. I wish there were more people like Dr. Manu Chandaria. That's a great advice, and I hope that legacy lives through.
Absolutely. I'm going to see him this afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm going for a lunch.
Oh, really?
He has invited the lunch is for the president of Brazil.
Of Brazil, yeah. Oh, you're invited. So you're going to go to him and say, Mwai. Do you call him Mwai?
Your Excellency. Your Excellency. You've got to be humble for everything. You can't be anything else. Absolutely.
That's great.
He's at the end of the day,
Yeah.
he's my president.
That's it.
If my father is my father, I can't just say anything. I can't say, hey, Dad, come along. No. I have to be respectful.
Yes.
And that's what we want even in the Kenyans overall where you see good people, very respectful, but you give them wrong ideas, wrong thoughts, poverty, pushing them back.
Yeah. Corruption. MPs giving themselves a salary raise.
To me, I can't believe that.
In this day and age?
No, I can't.
Have we lost our senses?
I can't. The point is that to me, it's taking an advantage. That's what now the picture is drawing up. That there are people in politics who want to take advantage. To me, serve the country. You're enough. I don't think that you need extra one to add up. Go and find out how many people are without food, and you'll see that.
Yeah.
Today, my feeling is that there are many people go to bed with no meal or half a meal and don't know tomorrow where they're going to get it.
Yeah.
And we don't even talk about it. Why can't we talk about it? We must make very sure that every child, every man, every woman has enough to eat. And we've got a nice land. Why can't we produce? Countries which were always in debt of food means they cannot produce and keep on importing. Today they export. Look at India, 1.2 billion people exports food. China exports food. How? If they can do it, why can't we do it?
I keep saying, Doctor, we get what we deserve.
Yes, but let's not make sure that what we get, what we deserve. We won't say that we do not want to deserve this. If you start from the reverse way, we do not deserve this. We want better than what it is.
Correct.
Then we can change.
East African community, common market. It's a reality now, Doctor. It's a reality, a dream come true for many.
Absolutely.
But for others, they don't quite understand how it's going to change the dynamics of the region.
Well, I think to me it's very simple. We had a community, we broke it. Now it's another opportunity where same people who were the same together, they were traveling together, there was one single shilling, they could go anywhere, they could buy anything, could live anywhere, no problem. Just because we have now told ourselves that we are now sovereign states. And look at the damage we have done. We have closed ourselves to a little cocoon instead of opening up, flying all over the place. So now is our opportunity. And I think the East African community For Kenya, forget about the other countries, every country will benefit. But for Kenya, it's absolutely a huge market opened up. And today we are exporting our jobs to China. Why? Is there any reason? Our children are sitting idle and we are buying things from China. Why? And we can manufacture here. We must be feeling that what is mine and what we manufacture is what I want first. And so East African community means 130 million people. It's not small. And not only that, but that bloc will then negotiate with SIDA, with SADC.
Yes.
They will negotiate with other groups.
ECOWAS.
Yeah. So you have a huge possibility, because individually when you do, it's something, it takes time. You do it, it takes time. I do it, it takes time. He does it, it takes time. But we are all in one, it doesn't take time, because then everybody's there. The other point that I see is very much is that the whims of people will not be there anymore now. I don't like him. You like it or dislike it, it's a community. You cannot, I want to change this, I want to put duty on ABC. You cannot do it unless every five of them agree.
Yes.
So it gives a little bit of discipline, but discipline for growth.
And the Tanzanians need not worry.
No, need not worry. Why should they worry? They were there for so many years with us, so what is the worry about it? The question is, as a matter of fact, it will give them an impetus to grow faster than what it's doing now. Because they will be able to see. Today they're closed up. They don't see each other. Everybody is closed up.
Yeah.
They will be able to see each other. Hey, if Kenya is doing this, why can't Tanzania do that? If Tanzania is doing that, why can't Uganda be doing that? It's a competitive world today. And to me, East Africa gives a lot of opportunity, not only to them, but to us. And us, surely, because we are leaders there, but every country, Rwanda, Burundi, they are all in their own cocoons. Let them open up. They are our part. One of the ideas I want to talk about this is constitution. We could also be landlocked.
Yeah. Yeah.
That 10 mile strip belonged to Sultan.
Sultan of Zanzibar.
Yeah. At the time of independence, we agreed. So the point is this: why should a guy in Rwanda pay twice the price of the same cup or same plate than you pay? Are they inferior? No. But we've closed our minds so well. We will not make the roads, will not put the railways, will not transport things. Today, you get from Japan. It costs less from there, from Nairobi, from Mombasa to Nairobi. It's more costlier than from Japan to Mombasa. How can that be? You buy sugar from Malawi. It goes right up to one of the port through Mozambique, gets into a ship, comes over here and sells in Nairobi cheaper than our sugar. How can that be? There's such simple issues. Why can't you understand that? Because world is competitive. They want to survive. And unless we put ourselves that we have to survive, we have to be somewhere, then you'll never move. You can always sleep. Nobody bothers about it.
But the bottom line, Doctor, is charity begins at home. And we have to get our house in order.
Absolutely.
In order for this region to work.
Absolutely. To me, East African community, as I remember that I was the creator of East African Business Council. At that time, Ambassador Muthaura was the Secretary General. And he came back and said, listen, to do possible, I think, why don't each country also create this? So we said, fine. So we created the whole thing, and East African Business Council was created. I was the first chairman, and after that, it was the second chairman, Mr. Juma, Ambassador Juma, who is now the head of East African Community, was my chairman after me of East African Business Council. The point is that let's see that everybody puts together whatever their capacity, their speed, if they put together, we can make it.
the Chandaria School of Business. Will that be your legacy? Because a lot of people have heard of the Wharton School of Business.
Yeah.
Best on the planet.
Yeah.
Top minds go there, and when they come out, they can get any job in the world. Chandaria School of Business.
Yeah, well, the point is that we wanted to put the name Chandaria because it dignifies, it signifies a growth. It signifies from nothing to something. It signifies what we call is a success to significance. Many people are successful, but they cannot become significant in terms of what they gave to the society. Now we thought that the name Chandaria, getting into that school, Chandaria School of Business, people will think about Chandaria. They'll think about, hey, Kellogg Business School. What does Kellogg represent? Somebody who created an empire. Wharton created an empire. Haas. Many schools now has got name where specifically people go because they get inspired. And I think to me, it's a legacy. In sense that it's not my legacy, it's my family's legacy. What I do over here, I am a part of the 65 members of the family. I'm one member. I'm not all.
And if your dad was alive today?
Oh wow, he will be wonderful. Now I'll tell you a story because it's interesting. I came back from States in 51. And in 53, I asked my dad. At that time we had a Kalu Works, the Sufria factory. Mm-hmm. 40 people working, 6 members of the family on top of it. Out of that, 2 were trading, business-wise, and 4 were in the plant. And so in 53, I asked him, Papa, how about setting up Chandaria Foundation? And he looked at me. And I just looked at him. He said, are you stupid? I said, what's wrong have I done? Yeah. He said, you've been into America too long. You're thinking about Ford Foundation, Rockefeller Foundation, Vanderbilt Foundation. We are a drop in an ocean. We are not even a drop, we are a vapor. I said, no. I'm not saying that you do this. All I want you today is set it up so that there is a focus of giving to your family, to your management, to your friends, that there is a possibility of giving. So every year you come back and say, hey, Chandaria Foundation, you think about it. Giving, not taking. We are taking everything else. In our businesses, we make profits, everything. But when it comes to giving, what is the concentration? Chandaria Foundation. Now today, it's grown very well. Absolutely. Now, 53 or 54, we created it. Now how many years now? Look at that.
More than half a century.
More than half a century. Probably the oldest foundation here. And then after that, we talked more. We created the Safaricom Foundation, Islamic Breweries Foundation, yes. KCB Foundation, Kepil Lumumba Foundation, Jo Wanjui Foundation. Everywhere, wherever I can help, where I can inspire, please create something that your people can focus. That there is something beyond your nose.
Can you help create the Koinange Foundation?
Absolutely. You ready? And I'll create one and set it up for you, and you start.
Done. Promise.
Right.
Deal.
Done.
Help Kenyans. It's all about helping.
Thank you.
Giving back.
Giving back.
Well done, Doctor.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good grief. Dr. Manu Chandaria. The gift of giving keeps on giving. That's what he says. Just like the Ford Foundation, the Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts, big family names, the Chandaria Foundation, more than half a century later, still giving. And the Chandaria School of Business, now USIU, is the place to be. This is what we mean when we talk about national treasures. 95 years later, when his father first came, I know he would be proud of his son and the rest of the family members, because it's not all about taking. It's about giving and not expecting anything in return. Good Lord. This week is just the week to be on the bench. Dr. Manu Chandaria up there with the best of the best. And you cannot find him anywhere else but right here, except when he's at State House with the president. He's right here on the bench, on the award-winning station, K24. Where as always, we are, even in times of giving.
All Kenyans.
All the time.
All the time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well done, Doctor. Well done. Capital Talk is recorded at the Fairview Hotel, the country hotel in town.